Welcome back to another episode of Sailing Embla.
Right here in... No, that's an undisclosed location because I've forgotten to shoot an intro to this video. Now we have left Helgesen. As I said before, we are heading up to Haugesund today, and it's not much wind here at all, at the moment anyway, but it doesn't matter at all. This is a beautiful day. It's warm. It's actually warm. I don't need to use my jacket. Check out the scenery. There, check it out. Oh, just kidding. To be sailing around in something like this on such a beautiful spring day, that is awesome. There is nothing to complain about. Today is actually the very first day of this 14 days that Elizabeth is coming along, all the way up to Bergen. So now the holiday is officially started. Well, some of us have a little longer holiday than others. I have like 3 months or something. We have just crossed the Buknafjorden and we are now in Karmsundet, actually, up to Haugesund. And there's still not much wind at all. I think we are, a couple of meters per second, so we have run the engine all the time. We are doing about between 5 and 6 knots, and doing good time. Just relaxing here in the sun, and the engine is, better knock on wood for this one, is actually performing good. So thank you, Hans Christian. Now, what I was talking about getting the boat ready for departure, and now we have departed. So what have we been up to? As I said, it was 1,000 small things, but there are a couple of things that are a little big, so I'm gonna show you these. This is the first thing, my brand new can rack. Previously, I used to have my cans on deck as I do now. They were fastened down, but they were kind of loose. You know, you could, even though they didn't fall overboard, they would move around a little. So we made this rack here, as you can see on the outside here. And it holds 4 or 5 of these diesel cans. These are mainly for the heater down there. And if you are wondering why I have a sore throat all of a sudden, I was singing out loud a little earlier, because I was kind of happy for getting this enterprise going again, and I don't think I should sing that loud anyway. Now, I have a little story about Haugesund actually, because I had, or maybe I still have, a subscriber called White Lion from South Africa actually, and he or she told me that their ancestors were from Haugesund. They were Norwegians, and he or she was visiting Haugesund when they were a kid. So we had a chat about it, and I think it's kind of cool, you know, to go there. So White Lion, if you are watching this, now you're going to see Haugesund again. We're going down in the center of the town anyway, so that is pretty old, so it should look kind of the same, I think. Ish. This thing is new. Look at that tiller. Yeah. The tiller on the boat was really in a bad shape. I don't know if you remember it, but it was so bad it had came loose, so I had to use some duct tape to keep it together because it was starting to pinch my hands when I was sailing. So my plan was actually to just use some polyester plastic and glue it back together, and just painted it all white actually, because that would be the easy way to do things. And then Hans Christian was down at the boat and we were talking, and he said he had some epoxy at home, so he wanted to try to see if we could save it. So he took it home and he glued it back together. He had a lot of work with it, so thank you, Hans Christian. And he gave it back to me. Now, since I didn't have anywhere to varnish it, it is still too cold at night to varnish anything, really. So my other friend Walter up in Stavanger said I could use his extra bathroom. So we put it up there and we varnished it, me and Walter. I think this is about 6 layers or something, 6 maybe 7 layers. Just look at it. Nice, huh? So Walter helped me out with that. Thank you, Walter. Now Walter, he was the one that came with me when we sailed out to Kvitsøy, and he's probably gonna do a little cameo or something on the sailing Embla, or at least I hope he has the time to come with me to sail a couple of days or so, or a week maybe. Now the next thing is this. Now it doesn't look really different from last year, but it is an improvement, I would say. Now, as you probably recall, I bought the B&G over there as my main plotter when I started this trip in Sweden, and I had the iPad as a backup plotter because I had a Navionics app on this, but it didn't really take me too long to start using the iPad as my main plotter instead, and the B&G as a second plotter, now as a backup plotter. Now I have this thing. This is the Garmin Glow, which is a GPS amplifier, which helps out the iPad to be pretty much dead accurate. I love this thing. So now I've also gotten this thing. This is a RAM mount, and the crazy thing is that here in Norway you couldn't get this at all. The only thing I could get was the X-Grip for small iPads or small tablets. And finally I tracked down a company in Oslo that sold these bigger versions for the normal iPad. And the great thing about this, because we have tablet holders, but they are mainly for cars. You know, you strap them to the headrest so that kids have something to do when you're out driving. So I couldn't really find anything for boats. And the good thing about this RAM mount is that this thing here is metal, so this is so sturdy, and it has a suction cup on it, which means that I can place this iPad or plotter anywhere. I love this thing. And then, my friends, we were in Haugesund, and oh shit, there's a big boat in there, I think. Probably shouldn't mess with it. I have really no idea what's going on with this ferry over there. It's blocking the whole strait just beyond Elizabeth there. We're just gonna get, yeah, to find somewhere to dock for the night. Maybe it's a learner ferry. You get your ferry license by driving one of those and parallel park inside of Haugesund. Now we have just arrived and the boat is there. And now we are going to check out something really awesome. Well, at least I think it's awesome. Here we are at Shabby's Records. Oh, very funny though. I didn't know she had a record store. So here you go, White Lion. This here is Haugesund. So far, I gotta say, I like it. Yeah. Now we are heading out to this amazing place. Well, it's not that amazing, but it's kind of cool for me anyway. We are actually on a kind of historical site. Behind me there is Olavskirka, and this is of course Avaldsnes. Around these parts, Harald Hårfagre actually unified Norway. Not Norway as we have today, but Norway as it was for 1,000 years ago. But it is awesome for me to be here, to know that Harald Hårfagre, or Harald Fair Hair, was here. And he is a big part of Norwegian history. And they built this Viking settlement to show how people lived in those days. And of course, they came down here and shot the epic Norwegian Viking show Norseman, which is so funny. You should check it out. It's on Netflix. And if you do, you will probably recognize this hall, which is actually just a boathouse. And this is of course a Norse longhouse, and these are pretty much a replica of how the houses would have looked back then. And the thing was that you would live in this house, but you would also work in the house, and you would have at least during the winter you would have your farm animals in there as well. And of course a chief or chieftain would have one on his own with his family, which were the biggest in the village, I guess. Yeah. This here is actually where they did that scene with the theater, I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I think we have seen enough. Everything is closed because it's too late now. And it hasn't opened for the season, has it?
I don't think so, but yeah.
It's closed now, so we can't get in to see anything really. And tomorrow we are leaving, I think. If not, Elizabeth has something else in mind.
No, I want to go to other.
Then everything is ready. We are just gonna drop the lines and we be on our way. Now there's one more thing here I want to show you about Haugesund. You see, there's another sailing video channel I follow, which is called Just Bullshit, No Sailing. No, it's the other way around actually. Just Sailing, No Bullshit. Just Bullshit, No Sailing, that's this channel. So no, the other channel is located just over there at that orange building with an empty dock there. You see the motorboat. It would have been cool to see Tessa. I think his boat's name is Tessa. To be there, maybe even say hello to Eric. But he's not here, he's out sailing, and we are going also. The mountains are supposed to be taller, I think. I may be lying now. Elizabeth, just this morning, baked me some balls. No, no. She did not bake me some balls because I have some, and I'm quite fond and attached to them. She baked me some, I have no idea what you call these guys in English, hveteboller here in Norway, anywho. She baked them just today, that's my point. So these are fresh out of the oven, and we're gonna enjoy some balls. We're gonna enjoy our balls and some coffee out here in the wilderness. But I think that is pretty much what we are time for this video. So just subscribe for more videos, and until next time, you my friends, take care, and I gonna see you there. I can't whistle when I have my mouth full of these balls. Until next time, you my friends, take care, and I will see you there.